I am really excited to share this recipe with you. I am using Lee Kum Kee brand char siu sauce, hoisin sauce, minced garlic, and the secret ingredient is rose cooking wine. If you can't find rose cooking wine, then you can also use Shaoxing wine. I did have trouble finding this before, but I was finally able to procure it in my recent T&T haul. Here I have some pork ribs, and I'm just washing them in a bit of clean water, and then I've dried them with some paper towels. The first step is to marinate. First, we're going to add about a teaspoon of white pepper. Then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of the rose cooking wine. And as I mentioned before, this is kind of the secret ingredient. It gives a special flavor to the barbecue ribs. This is Asian style or Asian inspired barbecue ribs, by the way. Next, we're going to add about a tablespoon of minced garlic. Of course, you can also mince your own garlic if you want, but I just like using this because it's convenient. Now we're going to add about half a tablespoon of hoisin sauce. You don't need a lot because the sauce is quite concentrated in its flavor, and it's also quite salty, so make sure you don't over season. I would always rather under season than over season. Next, we're going to use this char siu sauce, and we're going to use 2 tablespoons of this, and this gives it a little bit of a sweet flavor as well. And that's all the ingredients for the marinade. It's super simple. Then we're going to mix the marinade and kind of massage it into the pork ribs. And then we're going to put it in the fridge for about 2 hours, or a minimum of 2 hours, I should say. You can put it longer if you like, in order for the flavors to infuse into the meat. Now we're going to prepare the Asian style of apple coleslaw, I suppose. And I'm using this roasted sesame dressing that I got from the T&T haul again. And at first I was a bit worried that I wouldn't be able to finish it all before the expiry date. But turns out I didn't have to worry because it tasted so good that I can't stop myself from making more salads. So for the salad, I am using cucumber, apple, spring mix, and red onions. I am also using a little bit of lime, the citrus juice, just to keep the apples from oxidizing. So first we're going to chop the cucumber into little matchsticks for the salad. The roasted sesame dressing is very fragrant and very flavorful. I only need to add a little bit to flavor the salads, but it's quite versatile, so it goes well with a lot of different ingredients. And as I mentioned before, I got it from my recent T&T haul, so I'll link the video up here above if you haven't watched it before. Next, I'm going to chop up the apple. Again, these are my favorite ambrosia apples, and I'm also going to chop them up into little matchstick pieces, just like the cucumber size. Now for the red onions, you want to try to slice them as thinly as possible. And you don't need a lot of red onion for this salad, just a little bit to give it a little bit of an interesting aromatic flavor. After you're done chopping the colorful ingredients, we're going to add a splash of lime juice just to keep the apple from oxidizing. Then you can just put it in the fridge, and right before serving you can assemble the salad. So we're putting each of the ingredient into the mixing bowl, and then of course a little bit of the organic spring mixed greens. Add a little bit of the roasted sesame salad dressing from Kewpie, and voila, super simple. It's ready to serve immediately. If you prefer something a little bit lighter or a little bit more vinegary, you can substitute the roasted sesame dressing with apple cider vinegar and a little bit of olive oil instead. That will give you a more traditional apple slaw. Okay, so after the pork ribs have marinated for at least 2 hours, we're going to put it in the air fryer to cook. And here I have 2 servings, so a total of 4 ribs. We're going to put it in the air fryer and cook it at 160 degrees Celsius. And you would cook it for about 20 minutes. In the last 5 minutes, you should check on it to make sure that it's not overcooked. And the ribs are done. They smell really good. And again, this is an Asian take of the barbecue ribs. So give it a try. Hope you like it. See you again next time. Bye.